Interesting. As he watched the dense web of blade attacks descend upon him, Dustin smirked and suddenly vanished into a wisp of smoke. Boom! 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 1,000 blade shadows, carrying the force to sever rivers and overturn seas, struck the fishing boat where Dustin had just stood. In an instant, the entire boat shattered into countless fragments, some floating on the water, others sinking beneath the waves. What? He dodged it? General Lewis's eyelids twitched as he witnessed this scene. The sword technique that Lu Jun had just executed was an all-encompassing, inescapable attack. Once trapped within its range, there was no way to dodge, only to endure it head-on. He simply couldn't comprehend how Dustin had managed to evade it. Could it be that the man could teleport? Hiding and dodging? What kind of hero fights like that? If you have the guts, face me head-on. Having missed his attack again, Lu Jun was growing visibly frustrated. His enhancement serum only lasted about 15 minutes. If he continued to drag this out, he wouldn't even need Dustin to make a move. He'd exhaust himself into collapse. He needed to finish this fight quickly. The problem was that Dustin's movement techniques were far too unpredictable. No matter how Lu Jun attacked, he couldn't even graze the man's clothes. If the serum wore off, the consequences would be disastrous. You want to fight, huh? Fine. I'll give you a chance to show you what it means to overestimate yourself. Dustin suddenly reappeared in front of Lu Jun, waving him over in a taunting gesture. Good! Let's see if you can handle this strike. Lu Jun took a deep breath and began gathering power. He knew he only had one chance. If this strike failed to kill his opponent, and Dustin managed to escape, capturing him again would be nearly impossible. So he had to put everything into this one blow. Rumble. As Lu Jun channeled his energy, his body grew even larger, dark energy swirling around him like a storm. A faint sound of thunder rumbled through the air. Fury of the Tempest! With a sudden roar, Lu Jun shot into the sky, spinning rapidly like a tornado. His sword followed his motion, slashing at extreme speeds, generating a visible whirlwind of force. Strike! Abruptly, Lu Jun halted mid-air and unleashed his charged attack. In an instant, the heavens roared, the sea trembled, and nearby boats swayed violently. A sword aura, over 10 meters long, cleaved down from the sky like a tidal wave, hurtling straight toward Dustin. Even before it landed, the sheer force of the slash sent dust and debris flying, while the surrounding seawater was pushed aside, forming a temporary clearing in the ocean. Yet, despite the overwhelming attack, Dustin remained still, unfazed. At the very last moment, he casually lifted his hand. Courting death! Seeing this, Lu Jun sneered and channeled all his remaining power into his sword, making the strike even more ferocious. Boom! The devastating sword aura finally struck Dustin. A massive shockwave erupted from the point of impact, spreading outward in a violent burst. Dust filled the air, boats capsized, and the sea surged into towering waves, resembling a city wall of water. But when the dust finally settled, General Lewis's face twisted in shock. Lu Jun's ultimate move, his full power, last resort strike, had been stopped by Dustin's fingers. Not only was Dustin completely unscathed, but even his hair remained perfectly in place. This is impossible! Lewis's eyes widened as if he had seen a ghost. Even he wouldn't dare take that attack head-on, yet Dustin had stopped it, with just 2 fingers. What kind of monster was this guy? It wasn't just General Lewis who was stunned. Lu Jun, the one who had executed the attack, was even more shaken. That last strike had been his trump card. Even if it failed to kill Dustin outright, he had at least expected to injure him seriously. But the reality was a complete nightmare. Not only had Dustin stopped the attack effortlessly, but he hadn't even been scratched. It was inconceivable. Clang! Dustin flicked his fingers, sending out a powerful shockwave that launched Lu Jun backward. He crashed onto the ground with a heavy thud, his sword snapping in two. Lu Jun slumped to the ground, drenched in sweat and pale as a sheet. He opened his mouth, wanting to say something, but no words came out. He knew he had lost. Completely. Dustin's strength was beyond his comprehension. They weren't even on the same level. Even if he drank multiple doses of the enhancement serum, even if he unleashed every attack he had, it wouldn't matter. He wouldn't be able to touch Dustin. His previous arrogance, his belief that he could challenge Dustin, was no different than an ant trying to shake a tree. At that moment, he finally understood. Why had the prince only sent one man to intercept them? Because that one man was more than enough.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever, a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place.